It's interesting because I look at someone like you and I can't imagine anybody disliking you.
Oh, please. Do you want to know, ironically, who dislikes me the most sometimes?
Who?
Myself.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about world famous actress Drew Barrymore groveling before a trans social media influencer by the name of Dylan Mulvaney. Now, this video is ridiculous, and before I get to it, let me just back up a little bit here to explain what's going on. Now, Drew Barrymore, as I said, world famous actress, been around for a long time, since childhood, and she has a daytime talk show. Now, on this daytime talk show, it's kind of woke from what I'm able to ascertain. I saw the audience one time recently. They all had on masks. It's like, what are you doing in 2023? Different story. I digress. She brings on this social media influencer named Dylan Mulvaney. Now, apparently, this person is trans. I'm not really sure what the pronouns are, so don't ask me and get me to lying. This person rose from moderate obscurity to being on the stage at Grammys, Emmys, Oscars, wherever, everywhere. All over the place. And their claim to fame was doing these TikToks talking about day 1 of being the girl, day 800 of being the girl, dumb stuff like that. Now, before I go any further, let's roll the clip. If you want to see this clip in full for some reason without my commentary, link as always will be in the description. And if you're on IG, visit the link in the bio and go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Let me ask you about the negativity. How have you dealt with it? And what's an approach you take? What's your self-talk? What do you filter?
Yes.
How do you...
I still read the comments, but there is so much hatred directed at the trans community right now. It's everywhere.
Now, let me just pause for a minute. I got to pause it at certain times because they probably try to copyright claim this video. But is it hatred towards the trans community, or is it just like, we don't like the agenda, we don't like what's going on from, like, if you just this way and minding your own business, that's one thing. But then when you try to push ideology on people and make them participate in your game, maybe there's going to be a little bit of a kickback.
And I think the greatest weapon that I can contribute is trans joy and comedy and talking about hard, subjects and really intricate moments of a transition, and try to let everybody in to see that, I'm not a monster. I'm not somebody that, is trying to do anything but be myself and be happy.
And of course, the audience cheers. Now, let's go back to the audience. You see, this is the reason why I'm doing this video, is because you have a lot of the trans people, especially the male to female, because female to male trans exists as well. I've met one of those people before in my real life. Okay. Talked to them and they were a cool person, whatever. But anyway, stuff like this is what allows these male to female trans in your 15-year-old girl's locker room, when it's accepted, when it's praised, when it's coddled, when there's not really a real kickback because they're trans, they could do whatever they want. Like there's some type of angel. But I digress. Let's keep on going.
Love ya.
Thank you, everybody, for that support. How do you stay on your own path? Where do you draw boundaries? Where do you find the strength to keep?
Look at the size difference. I mean, this is crazy. So you want to tell me that I also just walk down the street and think this is a biological woman? I mean, come on.
Being the joy.
Well, I think having my chosen family and the people that I love to take care of me. But I also think there's something just about making sure that you don't put something out there before you're ready, and really just surrounding yourself with good people. It's interesting because I look at someone like you and I can't.
Oh boy, here we go. Already starting to do all the hand touching and things of this nature. This is crazy. It's going to get much more cringe. Y'all just wait.
Imagine anybody disliking you.
Oh, please. Do you want to know, ironically, who dislikes me the most sometimes?
Who?
Myself.
Oh my goodness. This is crazy. This is super cringe. On your hands in it. I'm kind of speechless. For once, I'm kind of speechless. This is crazy. This is what I'm talking about right here. This is the actual problem. You're getting on your knees in front of this biological male, XY male, talking about I hate myself.
Oh, me too. Oh. But
nah, man, I ain't doing all, like, get in your chair. Get back in your chair. Get off of your knees. Get back in the chair. What in the world kind of cringe level pandering is this?
I guess, you've asked me now, you've asked me, what I would do to combat the hate, right?
Yeah.
But what do you do?
Okay, that's a great question. Now,
I want to know how, I think Drew Barrymore is about 5'2", 5'3". I want to know how tall Dylan Mulvaney is. Dylan Mulvaney appears to be a whole basketball player on the ground right now. What are we even doing? Okay, what's going on? Did you used to play baseball, basketball, football, soccer, tennis, lacrosse, field hockey? What's happening?
Doing it a little longer than I have.
Well, it's funny because when I was a kid, you starting with E.T., it was the first time I was introduced to film reviews, which are basically social media.
Yes.
But I felt like all these reviews, and could be a Charlie's Angels, it could be an E.T., it could be The Wedding Singer, everything in between. If you read reviews, just like on social media, you are pretty much guaranteed a 50-50. Some like it, some don't.
Oh boy. I mean, let's not forget. Let's keep it in perspective. She just ain't off movies she's been in. She was in E.T. back in the day when she was a child. She was in Charlie's Angels back in the early 2000s, whatever. So keep it in perspective. She is an actress. This could all be an act. And while she could be acting for the audience in the actual studio, for us that are out here watching, normies that don't really think like that are going to eat this up, and then they're going to behave like this in their regular everyday life. And that could be an issue because, again, when you're groveling on your hands and your knees like this in front of this person just because they're LGBT or trans, you kind of allow them to do whatever they want. You infantilize them. And as far as I know, you should treat everyone as an equal, not differently because they got a particular status. Oh, I'm trans. Oh, I'm this, I'm that. Nah, at the end of the day, you're still a human being. And I'm going to treat you the same as everybody else, whether that be positive or negative, whether that be praise or criticism.
So you've got to be willing to bear down and brace for it. And I think
picking your battles too.
Yes.
And sometimes I think the greatest response can just be in the next joyous video or in the next win that you have, because that just goes to show that you are continuing on, and whatever that those people are projecting onto you, it isn't actually penetrating.
Okay. All right. Okie dokie. We got little kids watching. This is a daytime show we're doing right here. So let's just leave that on that note. Okie dokie. Drew Barrymore and Dylan Mulvaney. If you want to see the remaining few seconds of that, I promise it'll be in the box. If you must see it, share it to your friends, family, your coworkers, your mama, your papa, whatever. But as I close, I want to say this. That kind of pandering you just saw right there, that's the problem. That is the problem. When we have these school board meetings and the parents are incensed talking about, hey, my 12-year-old saw some boy's stuff in the locker room because he says that he's transgender. What are we going to do about this? He shouldn't be in the locker room. That environment where that's allowed to happen comes from stuff like this. The people in the audience clapping like seals. These are your school administrators. These are your school teachers. These are the PTA board members. These are the other parents who think it's okay to have their 12-year-old boy who is growing, voice changing, body parts shifting. They think it's okay to have him in the bathroom or the locker room or any other communal space that really should be for girls. They think it's fine because they are a girl too. This is crazy. I'm not against anybody because of their particular affiliation, because of what they do in their private life. That's your business. But I think we need to respect boundaries, respect men's boundaries, respect women's boundaries. And if you're kind of confused about what's going on, maybe there should be a third option for you, but you shouldn't be intruding upon spaces of those who are not confused, who are very secure and very knowledgeable about who they are and what they are. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Do you think videos like what you just saw, actions in the video that you just saw, are the reason why we have so much confusion going on, so much strife going on, so much, hey, you shouldn't be in here, but they are in there type stuff going on? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys pretty much know where I'm at. This was beyond cringe. This was next level cringe, Hollywood status movie cringe, but it's reality. And this kind of reality is the reason why we got so many issues. Not the only reason, but it's a big part of the reason. And we got to be able to tackle that in order to kind of fix that type situation. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.